皆さん、こんにちは。Good afternoon, everyone. これから、COAR、アニュアルカンファレンス2025、東京を、始めます。まずは、主催者、からのご挨拶をいただきます。NII、国立情報学研究所、から黒橋所長、COAR からキャスリン・シアラ氏、JPCOAR からは会長校の名古屋大学佐久間先生よりご挨拶をいただきます。まずは国立情報学研究所の黒橋所長よりご挨拶をいただきます。黒橋所長、よろしくお願いいたします。
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Sadao Kurohashi, and I am the Director General of the National Institute of Informatics, NII in Japan. So I'm very happy to welcome you to the COAR Annual Conference 2025, and thank you for coming to Tokyo. So we are especially honored to host this year's conference. It is the first time that COAR's annual meeting is held in Asia. This is a meaningful milestone, and we at NII are proud to be part of it. This conference also comes at an important time for Japan. From fiscal year 2025, actually this year, the Japanese government will require all publicly funded research to be made open access immediately. To support this change, a 10 billion yen program, about 63 million euros, was conducted last year to help universities and research institutes improve their open access systems. At NII, we have been supporting open science for many years. For example, we run the NII Research Data Cloud, NII RDC in short, a national platform for managing and sharing research data. One key part of this is Gyro Cloud, a shared repository system used by over 800 institutions in Japan since 2012. In addition, with strong support from the Japanese government, we started a new center for LLM, Large Language Model Research and Development last year. This center works to make large language models more transparent and trustworthy, and it aims to be a central place for research on these important topics. We believe that AI will become more and more important for the future of open science. At the same time, open science will help improve AI by providing high-quality publications and data. So this positive cycle creates a strong ecosystem. At NII, we are working to bring AI and open science together. And finally, I would like to thank the COAR and the JPCOAR teams, our organizing partners, and all of you here today for your strong support of open access and open science. I hope this conference will lead a new idea and good collaboration. So once again, welcome to Japan. I hope you enjoy your time here and have a productive and inspiring few days. Thank you very much.
黒橋所長、ありがとうございました。続いて、COAR のキャスリン・シアラ氏からご挨拶をいただきます。キャスリン。
Well, dear COAR friends, JPCOAR colleagues, Professor Kurohashi, thank you so much for your kind words of welcome. First of all, I want to say it's really a great pleasure to be here in Tokyo for, as you mentioned, our first annual meeting on the Asian continent. And Tokyo is a beautiful city with a rich culture, one that blends ancient traditions and future technologies. And I think this quality is also reflected in the scholarly communication environment at the moment. It's a sector that observes very long established practices of scholarly publishing and the scholarly journal, which have remained relatively unchanged for the last 350 years, except it's digital. But at the same time, we are surrounded by this very rapidly changing technical and social environment, including artificial intelligence and many other changes in technology. I wonder now if we are finally at a tipping point for scholarly publishing after 20 or more years of advocating for open access. Can scholarly publishing continue to withstand the forces, the external forces of technology, and will it be compelled to change? I think so. But what will that transformation look like? That is the question. And I think to some degree, it will be up to us to decide what the future looks like. We must be proactive to ensure that our vision is the vision that appears throughout this transformation. If we want scholarly communications to reflect the values of our communities, where all research outputs are open for everyone, where science is trusted and transparent, and where knowledge is not commercialized, then we must work together to actualize this vision. We must implement the infrastructures, the policies, and practices that enable this to happen. And I believe repositories are key for the future of this ecosystem. In 2009, the Confederation of Open Access Repositories was launched at Ghent University in Belgium, actually. Some of you were there. There were 23 founding organizations, including the NII. And the aim was to build a truly global network of repositories to support open science. Since then, the COAR membership has grown to over 150 members and partners on all 5 continents. And not only do we have individual members, we work very closely and actively with many repository networks, regional and national networks, including JPCOAR, but also La Referencia in Latin America, the US Repository Network in the United States, Open Air, and so on. And together, these networks represent the vast majority of repositories around the world. So working together, we could actually affect change. COAR was founded on the principle that the whole is bigger than the sum of the parts. While repositories do offer services for their individual institutions, their real value lies in bringing together the collections to act as a foundation for new discoveries through analytics, machine learning, and AI. However, to achieve this, we need interoperability across the repository system. We need policies and practices that allow us to work across different platforms, different languages, different content types, different formats. And this is no small feat. But I think we are at a very good position now to really help the community navigate these challenges. After 15 years of COAR's existence, our goals are getting closer to becoming a reality. Many governments around the world are adopting policies that require deposit into repositories. including Japan. Congratulations to our Japanese colleagues. But there's still work to be done, work to populate repositories, work to better curate our collections, to develop sustainable business models, to co-design an international framework whereby all repositories can contribute to the global knowledge commons, on top of which we can build value-added services. So with that in mind, we have a great program in front of us. The next 3 days, we hope to touch on many of the issues that we need to navigate and move forward to achieve our vision of a global knowledge commons. We have at least 20 representatives from 23 different countries here at the COAR meeting today, which says a lot and reflects the growing interest in repositories and the important role that they play in the future of scholarly communications. So I really look forward to hearing from all of you about what's happening in your countries and discussing what we can do together to advance our collective vision. So thank you again for coming, and I'll turn it over to our colleague, Jun, again.
Thank you, Kathleen. ありがとうございました。続いて JPCOAR より会長校である名古屋大学佐久間先生からご挨拶をいただきます。佐久間先生は本日ご来場が叶わないということですので、ビデオレターをいただいております。お願いします。
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Japan. I'm Jun Sakuma, the director of Nagoya University Library. It is a great pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the COAR Annual Conference 2025 here in Tokyo. On behalf of the host country Japan and the Japan Consortium for Open Access Repository, I extend my warmest greetings to each of you who has traveled from near and far to be with us today. COAR has been a key driving force in advancing open access repositories globally. Its mission to support the free and equitable sharing of knowledge is more vital than ever. These values not only underpin academic progress, but also help shape a more inclusive, transparent, and sustainable world. This year's conference theme, Trends in Policy, Discovery, and Innovation, reminds us that open science knows no boundaries, national, linguistic, or institutional. It is a global movement, and we are proud that Japan can contribute to building a more connected and collaborative research ecosystem. In Japan, the Japan Consortium for Open Access Repository has worked tirelessly to develop systems that promote the dissemination of knowledge through institutional repositories. We have also focused on strengthening the repository community to improve the academic information environment for managing and using research data in an increasingly open scientific landscape. Across the country, universities and research institutions are also actively implementing initiatives related to open access, open data, and repository infrastructure. These efforts reflect our broader commitment to academic transparency, data reproducibility, and sustainable scholarly communication. We are eager to share our experience and, more importantly, to learn from your insights, practices, and innovations. We are also pleased to welcome you during this beautiful season when the fresh greenery of spring is at its peak. We hope you'll take time not only to engage in meaningful discussions during this conference, but also to enjoy Japan's culture, hospitality, and natural beauty. In closing, I sincerely hope that this conference will be both inspiring and productive for all of you. may spark new partnerships and ideas that shape the future of open knowledge. Japan remains steadfast in its support for COAR's vision and its continued success. Once again, welcome to Japan, and thank you very much.
はい、ありがとうございました。以上で開会の挨拶を終了といたします。